Yeah, what are you gonna chop it with? Hello everyone, welcome once again to the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. That's right, I thought I'd go back to this one. Because why not? Breathtaking views. Ah, I see. This train passes by some incredible sights. I'm just happy to be traveling at a normal speed. I get nauseous pretty easily. I have to avoid things like roller coasters. I don't mind roller coasters, though I find myself running on the tracks more than I do riding in the carts. I'll never understand this friend group. The robotic arms here are really helpful. Wow, that robotic arm isn't very friendly. Well, what's the arm doing to my hair? He fixed it up a bit, that's incredible. Well, what interesting tech. Uh-oh, should I fear this job a little bit? How well can it microwave? Ah, the bowl of assorted nuts, the classic saloon snack. Kinda bland. Huh, seems like someone licked all the salt off them. Well, what? Bleh. Or maybe they're just unsalted. What's with the broken arcade machine behind you? Something's always hidden in the trash. Let's check there. Sadly, this one is empty as well. I'm starting to think your theory on something always being hidden in the trash is flawed. It's only a matter of time, Tails. Have faith. It's as they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Haha. I think Tails is ignoring me. Yeah, probably. Would not surprise me at this point. Okay, Knuckles, what happened here? Decent cash rewarded for finding this robot. Maybe I'll keep an eye out. Poor Chow. Hate to see them like this. What'd they do? Medical malpractice. Interesting. I thought I told you to leave me alone. Start interrogation. Knuckles, Larry and I need to determine what you were doing during the hour the murder took place. I already told you, buzz off. You're not getting anything out of me. Thankfully, we don't need you to say much. What happened here is pretty obvious. It is? We have evidence, too. We do? Larry, just take a good look at our inventory. What was distracting Knuckles during the time Sonic was murdered? The menu? This one. Used cups. Lipstick mark. Oh, maybe this one. I'm gonna go with the arcade machine. The arcade machine? Ha! What makes you think I touched it? Think. Ah, right, it's this again. Oh, right. I forgot I have to press space. That was my bad. Oh, okay, here we go. Well, there we go. Reach the conclusion. This isn't a tough one, Knuckles. Knuckles, you clearly touched the arcade machine because Super Monkey Ball is your favorite game. The arcade cabinet is covered in punches. Your hair was found at the scene. That's probably the most likely one. Hair, you mean fur? Fur, you mean spines? Doesn't matter, because it seems I'm wrong here. Knuckles, you clearly touched the arcade machine because it's covered in punches. What evidence do you have that the damages are punches? What are y'all staring at my hands for? Knuckles, you clearly destroyed the arcade machine, but why? I needed a punching bag, and none were available to me. Just a sudden urge to punch, huh? I believe repairing the arcade machine will give us our answer. How will you? I'm on it. Larry, distract Knuckles while I fix Super Monkey Ball. Bring it on. Okay, let's distract, I guess. Oh crap. This is silly. Hey, check out this game here. Oh crap, I didn't quite do it. Not enough rings. Now Tails, get away from that arcade cabinet. Yeah, I got you. If I hadn't gotten hit too many times, I would have gotten it. Oh boy, here we go. Come on, Slice. Oh, there we go. Oh, I got it now. I got it. We are so tasty. The arcade machine is fixed. No, don't look at the scores. Quick, look at the scores. I'm pulling it up now. I see. Okay, what does that tell us? Nothing, obviously. It tells us something massive. Look at the name on the top of the list. It's Vector. He's supposed to be in the library car. Ugh. The picture's beginning to be painted here. You competed with Vector to see who could get the highest score. And Vector beat you. And in frustration, you destroyed the arcade cabinet. Yeah, that makes sense. Urgh. He's punching the air in frustration. You're guessing. Where's your proof? Where's your evidence? Victor's a common name. Prove to me he was here, now. Okay, I guess we gotta do this again. This ought to be great. Oop, I pressed space. You have nothing. Okay, gotta make sure that the jump comes out. Why does it not come out? I guess we don't need it to come out. Oh geez. I gotta get that jump out sooner, I guess. Oh geez. Okay, I got enough. I just need to survive with them. There we go. This isn't too bad. It just requires some level of thought. Now, Larry, what proves Vector was here with Knuckles? Let's see. Train map and oh, I see. Wait, is the lipstick good? I would think that belongs to Rouge, but maybe it belongs to Vector. No! I thought it was strange there was more than one cup sitting next to you. While you were supposed to be participating in the murder mystery for Amy's birthday, you and Vector enjoy some drinks playing arcade. It's not like... It's not, I wasn't... don't tell Amy. I think we're on the right track here. It's as you say, Vector popped in at the top of the hour wanting to play the arcade machine with me. We went back and forth trying to figure the game out, but when we did, we competed for the highest score. When he bested me, I destroyed the machine. No proof of his win. I was trying to fix the arcade cabinet before you two came in. Honest, I didn't want to get caught. And that's my story and alibi. I've already told you an abridged version of this to Amy. Boy, this friend group has a lot of pride issues. Well, that explains one of the used cups. But what of the cup with the lipstick mark? Rouge was in here too. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yep. It's inconsequential, not worth mentioning. She searched around for something but failed, made fun of our game and left. Obnoxious, that one. But you offered her a drink, apparently? Listen, I don't know why she showed up, and I told you everything that happened before the train sped up. Are you not satisfied? Will you two relent? I'm understanding the scenario. Vector visited to play games, Rouge couldn't find something and left, then Knuckles destroyed the machine. That all makes sense to me. Thank you for answering so many of our questions. Actually, that's not everything, is it, Knuckles? I want to step back to something I noticed. One more name on the high score list doesn't make sense. Larry, could you take a look one more time? An odd name on the high score list. What is Tails talking about? Ultimate? Who's Ultimate? Well, I mean, everything else is just like toast, apple. Ultimate, though, doesn't make any sense. What's that about? All the other names have a food theme, but this one. Who here goes by Ultim? You may not know, Larry, but there's someone here that goes by the title. The Ultimate Life Form. Shadow. There's really someone here who goes by that? Nothing sneaks by you, does it, bud? Vector and I were struggling so much with the game, but then Shadow dropped by. So, Shadow was here too. He taught us the game and he was the first to get his name on the scoreboard. Vector and I then fought to beat Shadow's score. They're both very annoying. You all immediately had to compete, huh? He gave me this before he left. Shadow told me to lock the door and to not open it for anyone. Then he left. When Vector was leaving, I locked the door behind him. Saw no one else after locking the door. That's the honest truth. So when Amy came through here not too long ago, did you open the door for her? No, I think she has some sort of key too. That's right, the conductor gave her some kind of special birthday key. I guess it's a skeleton key. Well, I have a lot of questions. What happened to the library to cause Vector to come here? Why is Shadow locking doors, and what was Rouge searching for? I don't know, they didn't tell me, even though I asked with that cowboy accent. You're gonna have to find them and ask them yourselves. Well, that takes care of that. More information than I expected to get there, but it seems we can move on. As of right now, I believe your story, Knuckles. We'll only know for sure when we confirm things with Vector. Fair enough, the library's in the next car. I'll open the lock for you. Give whoever KO'd Sonic an earful for me, Detective Tails and Butler. I liked it better when he wasn't talking to us. Will do, Sheriff. Come on, Larry, let's head to the library. On it. This is way more exciting than microwaving chili dogs. What? Larry! Coming. Okay, where do we go? I'm assuming it's that way? Or maybe it's that way, I don't know. Ready to mosey down to the next car? You got it, partner. Onwards! Excelsior! Hang in there. Ah, that's cute. Because it's based off of an existing poster. All this stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful. Already, before you go, SBO and I wanted to give you your presents. My presents? You're both too sweet, thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Amy, there you are. Have you found any leads yet? Want to join us in finding clues? Flattered, but at the pace you two are going, Sonic's murderer will never get found. Oh, she's confident. She must have something up her sleeve. This tip is just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge you. And quick! But how are you gonna leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? The birthday girl has a master key. Right. The birthday girl gets the birthday key. Of course, it's a birthday privilege. I'll solve this case before anyone else. Bye! Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough. What are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say. I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And I'm just making sure things go well. Things aren't going great. Not sure if you've forgotten, but there was a murder. Well, I mean besides that. Besides murder? My social skills, non-existent. I'm Vector the Butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. And I'm SBO the Poet. Poetry, a resonant message from poet to reader, meant to challenge our delicate perspectives with the most rhythmic of prose. What are you, a dokie? Can I hear some? Sure, Teardrops in the spring, can you hear me sing? La 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 la, dee 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 dee. You've got an interesting poem there. Was that it? I have more if you like. Cherry blossoms in the spring. I'm, satisfied for now, thanks. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. Larry and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car? Oh, sure, it's simple. We just explained this to Amy, actually. When we were all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through the library car where Amy told me and SBO to stay. I promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Victor got bored, so we left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yep. Where was Rouge? What happened to see her lipstick stained on a cup on the saloon car? Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search for the saloon car. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout "No way" at the brochure stand over there. But she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. Wonder what she found. She's obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino car, then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why has Shadow been locking doors? Shadow walked through the library car to the saloon car where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. I got so engrossed by the rollin' monkey action, I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car, again locking the door behind him. Then returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. That's when the train sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we made it through all right. We sat trapped here until Amy arrived asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. What's with all these locked doors? It seems Vector or Espia couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just gonna peek around and then we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I got you covered too. Thanks, guys. Their alibis seem solid enough, but we should still search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reasons for leaving his post, and determine if Espio was actually in the library car reading. A tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely. What's this? So many books on the ground, I wish we had more time to pick them all up. I sadly had no interest in picking up the books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up, but Rouge pulled a lot of these out too, searching for something. What reckless behavior, I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing. They're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. Okay, that's fair. Let's just take a pause and sit for a second. These chairs are very comfy, so plush, puts me right in the mood to read. Makes me want to take a nap, personally. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes a bit. Larry, no, don't fall asleep. There's been a murder, remember? If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time, I'd have one. Something's always hidden in the trash. Let's check there. I hate to say it, but there's nothing there. This is gonna be a recurring gag. I really thought there'd be something there. Larry, are you sad there was nothing in the trash bin? No, I'm alright. I'm sure there'll be something hidden in the next trash bin we find. You really think so? Yeah, we just gotta stay optimistic. Yeah, okay, these trash bins hide a secret, I'm sure of it. Larry, you're pretty unconventional, but I like that. Was that supposed to be a compliment? A globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much, the islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. They're a bit of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food can't be beat either. Sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia if you've ever been there. I have, actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. He'll tell you everything about the area and make one scrumptious sandwich. Hope he's a dill and not a sweet. Bread and butter. Not a fan of bread and butter. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. This group knows everyone and has been everywhere, haven't they? Ooh, brochures! There are travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh! Larry, look at this, there's a couple of maps here. This seems to be a map of the library car. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map, let's take it. Library map is added to your inventory. Should we take this brochure about a cave too? Look, there's stalactites. Nah, leave it. Oh, haha, yeah, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves. Man just wants to get inside a cave. He wants to explore some caves. I mean, it's not an uncommon interest, is it? A chow hangs precariously from a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow, I really needed to see this. This little chow's hanging in there, refusing to use his wings to fly to safety because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding. That's beautiful. If this chow can stick to his principles and find strength, then I can too. There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster, right? Yeah, probably. Anything else? I mean... Oh, poor thing, that arm is really struggling cleaning up this car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. Any other pieces of evidence? Wow, I wish I could stop and look at all these books. But Sonic needs me, no time for rest. Alright, let's move on then. Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He's scavenging through all the books' titles excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a train library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen out of the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order but this one. The Mirage Express Manual. It's the user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. You think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going into the saloon car. When Shadow left the library car, he locked this door on the way out. There's got to be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it? Yeah, I do believe we should. Shadow's lock is added to your inventory. I think we found enough clues. Let's go interrogate Vector and Espio to find out what really happened. Let's go for Vector. Did you bring any meat to chop? I may be a butcher, but they confiscated my meat cleaver before getting on the train. You actually tried to bring a knife on the train? I'm a man of authenticity, Tails. Without a knife, I'm just a chef in a ketchup-stained apron, not a butcher. Yeah, that's definitely ketchup, all right. I think if you had a knife on you, we'd definitely think you were the murderer. But what if I hid the knife? You know, I'm not the biggest fan of this line of thought. Can I take your order? Let's start interrogating. So, the two of you don't believe us, huh? It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Larry and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if Espio really was reading in the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We're prepared to present evidence if need. Oh, that's easy. I got bored. What? I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remember the arcade machine in the saloon car, so figured I'd check it out. This seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. And that brings our attention to you, Espio. Rouge entered the library car, found something, then left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car? Of course he was. Once Espio started reading, he doesn't stop till he's done. I've seen it happen. It must have been a good read. What was the book? Espio doesn't owe you that, detective. Let the man live. What if it was that embarrassing? What kind of things do you think I read? If you won't talk, I have a hunch on what that book might be. Larry, could you help me out? Alright, Larry, what books do you think Espio may have been reading? It's obvious. The Mirage Express Manual. A manual? You think Espio was reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? Okay. I guess it's time to bounce. This is getting more difficult. I have to step my game up. Why did I do that? That was probably the worst thing I could do. No, that was the worst thing I could do. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Oh, jeez, that was bad, too. Oh, jeez. I underestimated how much time it would take them to actually get here. That was my bad. Oh, jeez. Okay, good, I got enough. Excellent. Kind of an interesting reference. There are books scattered around the floor, sure, but the remaining books on the shelves were all in alphabetical order. All except this manual, meaning someone at the very least picked the manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, Espio. Hey now, I won't have you insult my pal like that. Calm down, Vector. I know what you mean well, but I can handle myself. Apologies, Espio. A butcher and a poet. Friendship can form anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading, the Mirage Express Manual. Trains are cool. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Larry, if you don't mind. Could you ask Espio some questions about the manual? Just flip to a page and ask away. Oh, I see. Quiz Espio about the manual to prove he read it. Which page should I quiz him on? I don't know, just any of them. 362. Actually, 97 is probably more realistic. Oh, what efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist in keeping the train spotless. Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks, and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. I remember the conductor saying the train can clean itself, though I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors. The robotic arms can also detect weapons or explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety. Seems like Espio aced that question. Larry, hit him with another one. Oh, okay, which page should I choose? Let's do 231. What is the Mirage Express's cancellation policy? No refunds and you will be charged a no-show fee. This does not apply if you're over the age of 65. Gee, the person who made that rule must have been over 65. Last one, Larry. Let's see if SBO can go 3 for 3. Gotcha. Which page should I pick last? 56. What was implemented to support the conductor duties and ease general train obligations? An intelligent data processing center. It works in tandem with the conductor to ensure smooth travel for guests. I remember this. The train has an autopilot, but it can't access its full suite of capabilities without the conductor present. Now, did I pass your little test? Yeah, you passed. Totally. It's wild you were able to retain all this information so quickly. A poet's brain is often surprising. I don't know if I'd be able to be bragging about that. You've clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guesses. And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read? You have to admit, though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a bit suspicious, even if true. But he answered all my questions so calmly, that's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading after all. My alibi is hard to substantiate despite being the truth. Well, you definitely read through the manual, so I suppose we can't... SBO, is that true? Vector was the only one to see you reading. Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I don't believe that can be true, and we have evidence to back it up. Larry? He always puts me on the spot. Okay, Larry, think. We should have a piece of evidence linked to someone who saw SBO reading, but what? Well, I'm gonna guess Shadow's lock. Shadow would have seen him reading. Shadow's lock? Please, pray tell, what does this have to do with anything? We're up, Larry. Let's get our argument together. Okay, it's time for another one of these. And 50 this time. Awesome. This ought to be great. Oh, geez. I need to be more careful about dodging things. They do give you enough time to get everything. I mean, all the rings in a row before it's attacked. Well, I got everything. Now I just need to survive. I know. Tall order. Oh, geez. I still got 10 over. Shadow walked through the library car to get the saloon car where he set the original high score in the arcade machine. Yeah, but I ended up beating it. It wasn't a high score long. Crocs are natural gamers. SBO said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentioned that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, SBO was fully seated, reading his book for a good while at this point. We know Shadow had to walk through the library car when he left the saloon car, so there's absolutely no way Shadow and SBO didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book that I didn't notice Shadow. You're telling me the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up? Oh, well, you see... I can sense SBO's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, then at the moment, were you really in the library car at all? But how would SBO leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw SBO in the saloon car. It's a mystery, my dear Larry. One that I would love for SBO to solve. You gotta believe me. That cool demeanor is vanishing. I was so involved in my book that I didn't notice Shadow pass through the library car, honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, I think I remember doing that. I must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, SBO. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car? I didn't. Why doesn't this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's onto something, but I don't see it. Was SBO simply sitting reading, or did he somehow vanish and not notice Shadow's return to the library car? What should I do? Join Tails. No, I can't interrupt Tails while he's onto something. I'll let him continue this line of questioning and... Larry, my favorite and beloved employee, please, protect the passengers aboard this train. They must be taken care of. If you fail, the lawsuits will be torturous. Don't allow such an old feeble soul to get sued. Okay. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails. We have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. Alright, my fellow associate, lay it on me. What piece of evidence shows Shadow and SBO couldn't have seen one another? I honestly have no idea. Maybe the library map? Alright, now let's get my thoughts in order. 55 this time. It's getting even trickier. It's getting steadily more wild. I can respect that. Oh boy. No problem. Easy mode. Especially considering I'd already gotten over 60 the last time. Oh crap. Well, not for long. I guess this time the trickiest part will be just keeping them in the end. Let's see how much further. The library map? Oh, I see. See the exits? They're right across from one another, a straight path. If Shadow walked down the straight line, there's a way Espio and Shadow couldn't have seen one another. Looks like you'll have to point out exactly where on the map you mean. Where could Espio have been for Shadow to not see him? Maybe here? I mean, if Shadow was going from there to there, it's possible that Espio was over here. Not quite. For Shadow not see Espio, where could Espio have been seated? Interesting question. Maybe right here. Interesting. That's where I was sitting reading my book. I could second this. When I returned from the saloon car, Espio was in the same spot. That confirms it then. You see, Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another from this spot, because a bookcase is in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen Espio or vice versa. It makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return, Espio. There's just no way you would have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now. Your alibi is the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all of our questions. We did it! Another pair of alibis. Validated. Yeah, we got it. Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end. Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy. Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge, and especially Shadow. Oh, it seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open while she passed through earlier. Then that's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and Espio. Give 'em heck. And if you need any meat chopped up, say the word. Yeah, what are you gonna chop it with? I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both. A murder is on the loose while doors keep getting locked. Tick-tock, tick goes the clock, while our heroes are in the caboose. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're really doing this. Come on, Larry, let's see what's next. Coming. Well, unfortunately, I'm over my time limit here, so I'm gonna have to say that is it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. Make sure to spread this video around like fine literature, and I will see you next time. Now go out there and capitalize on life. Peace out, have a good one, and have a nice and pleasant day. If you like what you saw, you can find more of that in these videos right here. If you're a real junkie for video games like I am, then subscribe and hit that bell icon if you haven't already to get your next fix, and a like and a comment are always appreciated too.